Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I've got a paid review. This is paid review 23QB47. This is for Chris, and it's a really nice collection. Let's run the intro and let's come back and discuss this collection. Hi guys, and welcome to the program. Today I'm doing a really nice collection review. This is for Chris, and it's an express review. And I got to tell you, I am really looking forward to this review here. I've just put the pieces up on the screen so we can see what we're talking about. Let's read what Chris says here. Hello, I'm a big fan of your channel for years. I've found your content to be informative and entertaining. I've sent you $100 to your PayPal account for an express review. Attached are some photos and an overview of my collection. I'm pretty happy with how the watch box is situated at the moment. Over the last 10 years, a variety of watches have come in and out of the box, teaching me a lot about my personal taste and preferences. All the watches get plenty of wrist time and serve a variety of purposes for me. I'm 47 years old and run a manufacturing company as a CEO. We operate in the bowling industry, so slacks and a polo is normal daily attire, with a button down being a very dressy day for me. Only on rare occasions will I wear a suit, so I've been reluctant to add a dress watch. On those occasions, I usually find that my Rolex on Jubilee does the trick. I would be open to hearing your input on what pieces would work well to add to my collection. Quick overview of the collection, starting with the top row, left to right. First piece is an Aquaterra. Omega Aquaterra, white dial on rubber. My company colors are orange and gray. So this is the watch when I'm in company mode. I wear this all the time. I find it to be very versatile, and the rubber strap works well in the Florida heat. Next piece, moving right along, is a Pepsi on Jubilee. This took me a while, but the AD finally came through with this piece for me earlier this year. I love it. It's just an outstanding watch. It came on the Oyster bracelet, but I bought the Jubilee separately, which is my preference. I kept the Oyster so I can throw that on there at some point for a change of pace. Then we've got an Omega Apollo 8. Dark Side of the Moon. I just think this watch is cool. It's the only watch I owned, sold, and then had a major seller's remorse and bought it back again. I find the detail on the dial to be amazing and the color combination to be very cool. Non-watch buddies all like this watch the best. This is also the only manual wind watch I own, which I find incredibly satisfying. I find myself wishing some of the other watches were manual wind as well. Then we have, what else do we have here? We have an Omega Seamaster Professional 300. Black dial on rubber. I often recommend this watch to my friends that are new to watches. It's so versatile and comfortable. This is another watch that I wear outdoors a lot because of the Florida heat. This piece dominates my weekend wrist time, especially in the summer. Then his bottom row, what have we got here? We got a beautiful Breitling Premier B0142. This has become my de facto dress watch because of the grey suede strap. I keep this on. This watch works well when I'm wearing a suit. Overall, this watch gets worn the least, but I think it's a beautiful piece, and Breitling did a great job with this piece. No surprise, this is my wife's favorite watch in the box. Then we've got a Pam. Here we go. Pam 1392. Prior to owning my first Panerai, I never quite understood the attraction to Panerai, but when I put one on for the first time, I totally understood the deal. This is the 42mm Lumina, which I prefer to the 44mm. Because of how easy it is to change straps, I play around with this watch the most. I have 3 different color leather straps and 5 different color rubber straps. The black dial makes this one very versatile as well. Then we have an IWC Spitfire. IWC Spitfire bronze chrono with green dial. For some reason, I wanted a bronze watch in the collection. I thought this combination with the green dial and brown leather strap was super cool. My son graduates in 2 years, and he knows he gets to go in Dad's watch box and pick out any watch he wants. Shit, he's already told me this is his watch. I'm just looking after it for a few more years. He loves it. And finally, we have a Starbucks. Rolex Starbucks. I was fortunate enough to get this at retail from my local AD as well. Yes, very fortunate on this one here. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. This watch gets the most wrist time. It's just a no-brainer daily wear piece, and I love the adjustability of the bracelet. I wish every watch had that level of adjustability. In my areas, lots of business owner friends aren't watch guys, but they all have a black dial Rolex Submariner. It's just the business owner dress code in this area. For that reason, I had to get the different color bezel so I don't have the same watch as everyone else. Thanks in advance for your thoughts. Keep up the good work with the channel. You offer great insight and always entertain your viewers. I'd appreciate your comments on my watch collection overall and your input on a few pieces you think I should consider next. I feel like I need some precious metal and perhaps a dress watch. I turn 50 in a few years and plan to get a full rose gold DayDate Rolex for my birthday. Not sure on the dial color just yet. I also love the Vacheron Constantine Historiques 1921. Such a cool watch. All the best, Chris. Chris, thank you so much for getting a paid review. So let's just go through the collection. What do I think? So let's start from the top. The Omega Aquaterra white dial on rubber. Absolutely love that watch. What a beautiful, just a beautiful watch to enjoy. I love the orange hand. Then we've got the Rolex Pepsi. Yes, definitely keep the other bracelet. I love it. The Pepsi is beautiful, beautiful. Probably, I think this is actually nicer than the Panda Daytona. The Pepsi is very, very, very cool. I think that is a beautiful, it's the GMT master of choice. Then we've got the Apollo 8 Dark Side of the Moon. This is ceramic. I've never been a huge ceramic fan, but I got to tell you, this just works so well in your collection. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I love the way you've got an Omega Seamaster Professional 300 black dial on rubber to go with it. Yes, 2 Omegas in the collection. Well, actually, sorry, three Omegas. Yes, indeed. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful there. You cannot fault that. Just beautiful. Then we've got the Breitling Premier B0142. Yes, I love it. Beautiful. The Pam, I totally agree with you. I think I had a Pam many years ago. I had a Pam 24, the submersible. I could do this time if I was going to get another Pam, I want to go simple. Simple. So I totally get it. This one is one that works for you. That's all that matters. I think it's a very nice Pam that you have there. The next piece, the IWC Spitfire bronze chrono with green dial. Absolutely love it. It rocks, man. It's just that's a nice piece to have. And finally, the Starbucks, which is just such an iconic, just a beautiful classic Rolex. I think every man needs a Rolex Submariner. They need a Submariner in their collection. This is classic Submariner. I got no problems with that in the least. No problems in the least with this watch here. So yeah, I got no problems at all. So what do I think? I think the collection is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so now you're asking the question, what would I be adding? Well, you know what? I used to think every man needs a dress watch, a specialist dress watch. I don't know if those rules apply. Business has changed a lot. A lot of businesses aren't even wearing a suit every day. So, I got to be honest with you. I think any of these watches here, you could wear as with a suit. There's no problems at all. Okay, with that said, what would I add to this collection? I think personally, this 8-piece collection, you don't need to add anything. However, if I was to add, what would I add? Okay, I think you got enough Omegas. I probably wouldn't add any more Omegas. I wouldn't add Rolex. You can always add Rolex. That's true. IWC, I think you're enough. You only want 1 or 2 IWCs. Pam, 1 Pam is plenty. I think it's nice to have a Pam, but I would not necessarily be adding more. Breitling, look, you could add a second Breitling, like a Super Ocean Heritage. That'd be a nice addition, but you don't have to. Okay, what would I add here? I'll tell you what I would add. I would add, this is what I would add, I reckon a Breguet Type 20. That's right, a Breguet Type 20. I reckon that'd be such a cool watch. And I say that because many years ago, I had a Breguet. I've had a Breguet a couple of times, and the Type 20, it's a sports watch, still good value on the you want to buy that on the used market. You don't want to buy that. You do not want to buy that on the new market. You want to buy that pre-owned. That's what you want to do. You want to get that pre-owned, get a Breguet Type 20. That's what I would certainly say would be a beautiful addition to this collection here. I'll just pull it up. This is a photo of one I had a number of years ago. You can get it on a bracelet or you can get it on a leather strap. Either way is I'd buy it pre-owned, whatever comes up at a good price. They're good bang per buck. It's just a beautiful sports. Breguet it's a dress watch. See, I think for you don't need to get dress watch. This is a sports. It's a very sophisticated dress watch. So I think that would be a great purchase for you. The other thing, whoops, just going through here. The other watch I would consider adding if I were you is something quirky like a Zenith El Primero. Look at this. This is something else that could work as a dress watch / sports watch. Steel with the leather strap. Just absolutely beautiful. Let's have a look here. So that's the Bregster. The other great watch that I would, there we go. Look at that there. That's the Zenith El Primero on a leather strap. That's such a dress watch extraordinaire. So I'd have no problems adding that to a collection like that. Okay, now as a fantastic super watch to add there, what would I be adding? I actually totally agree with your choice there. If you want a statement watch, and only you can tell whether you need a statement watch or you don't need a statement watch, I reckon the I got to be totally honest with you. I reckon you can't go wrong with a DayDate, a Rolex DayDate, yellow gold, rose gold, doesn't matter, or white gold. I'd probably go rose or yellow. I think that is definitely what I would be doing. And the historics, you want to get a Vacheron, that's very subtle. I think you go for the DayDate. Personally, I think that'd be more all-round business owner, I'd get the DayDate. Personally, unless you're in sophisticated circles, then the Vacheron or a Patek Philippe, but I'd probably go DayDate. Nothing like a DayDate. Solid gold DayDate with the bracelet. And it's a sports watch still. You can still, it's such a, that's what I'd do. I personally, I think for your type of business and attire, DayDate. You never, that's such an achievement to have a DayDate. Every businessman needs a DayDate. So that's a few suggestions there. So there's some less expensive options, and the DayDate is a great 50th birthday statement watch. Definitely what I would consider there. So, but I would say, to be totally honest with you, this base collection you've got, far out. That's more. That's 8 pieces. See, the thing is, if you get too many, are you going to really wear them and circulate them? That's the problem. You got to work it. Only you can work. I mean, I'm sure you can afford it. It doesn't matter. But I tend to think it's very nice to keep the collection not get too crazy. I love the fact you're giving the IWC to your son. What a beautiful gift there for him. Thank God he didn't choose the Pepsi or the Hulk. But I got to be honest with you there. I recently gifted my son, who's about to turn 18, a Grand Seiko. And the whole thing with that is, it's just such a nice thing to give. Giving is better than, it just feels so special. I totally get it. So I got to say, what a beautiful collection. It's gorgeous. I'm very, very impressed with the selection. Just pops. Look at that collection. How could you not love it? So, guys, I'd like to hear your comment. Put some comments down below. Remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. These paid reviews keep me full-time on YouTube. Without these paid reviews, it's very hard for me to survive. So look down in the description. It's $50 US for a basic review. You can pay a little bit more for an express, or it gives me a little bit extra bonus there. I do appreciate it. Guys, this is a beautiful collection. Beautiful, kind guy who's requested this review. What more do you want? Get your own review. Okay, guys, before we go, let's talk about who would I recommend in America. Who do I recommend to buy watches from? David SW. Let's run the jingle. Hi, guys. It's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW. That's right, guys. Go to David SW.